What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. I wanted to do an update video today because I haven't done a video in a while, and I've been really busy with the garden and just trying to set up and understand how all of these plants and vegetables that we are growing grow, and trying to optimize the seasons and the best that I could do to produce the most food for the space that I got. I'm going to show you guys around a little bit. We're going to have a lot of recipe videos coming up, mostly from garden to table, which is kind of like the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys, that it's so much better to grow your own vegetables and reduce your carbon footprint, better for the planet, better for your health, and you get to have a lot of fun out here. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm growing right now, and I'll be having some new recipe videos from the garden coming up soon. All right, so first, what we have here, this is actually oregano. This huge bush here is all fresh oregano. So anytime I need to get any oregano for any of my recipes, for pizza sauces, pasta sauce, anything, I come out here and I clip some of these. I could also make pesto with this, fresh. It is amazing. It is pretty much hands off. It just grows like crazy. I don't need to do anything to it, and it's all organic. So here I have chickpeas. This is my first time ever growing chickpeas, and they're starting to flower. So I'm hoping to get my own chickpeas this year. And they produce a pod, kind of like beans, and then you basically take the pod out, you let them dry, and you cook them. So really happy about this. It's a beautiful plant, and we just experimenting with it like a lot of the things that we got in the garden now. This is my first year, so a lot of experimentation is going on with all these different vegetables. Over here we have taro, and this is a root vegetable. It's under here, and basically once it stops raining, it will dry out, and we're able to harvest it by pulling this out of the ground. The root, it's a tuber, it's a starch, super healthy, tons of fiber, some really delicious stuff. If you haven't had taro, I suggest you go to your supermarket and give it a try. It is delicious, kind of like a potato, starchy, but it's got a little bit of a different, unique flavor. Very delicious. Over here, I got some of my new pigeon peas, or guandules. These are really delicious. We've had quite a few meals out of the big trees that are on the other side of the property. These are the baby ones that I just started growing, but they're already started flowering within a couple of months. And a lot of these products, I actually buy them at the store. I'll just buy beans or pigeon peas dry, and I'll just plant them. Sometimes I order seeds from Amazon, and pretty soon we're going to have our own seeds available through a shopping cart where you guys can order some of the varieties that I'm growing here in the garden. Over here we got sweet potato, and this just grows wild at this point. As you can see, we got weeds here. I gotta, pick these, but these are all sweet potatoes. The pieces of the sweet potato have been left under the ground, and it just grows. We harvest it, and then a piece of the tuber gets left underneath the ground, and it produces a new tree, and it's continuous. This will feed us forever. I mean, there's no way that we could kill this, unless we really tried. So it just continuously keeps on providing food for us. These are actual potatoes, and with the potatoes, we buy organic potatoes from the supermarket. We just let them sit. Once they sit for a little bit, you'll see little eyes on them. They're called the eyes, and out of each of those, you chop the potato in pieces, and you plant each segment that has one of those little eyes on it, or a little sapling, and you will get a potato plant. And then out of this potato plant, out of one piece of a potato, you'll have 10, 12, 15 potatoes underneath. And then if any get left underneath the ground, once this dries, a new potato will grow in the spring. So you'll have more. It's like ever going. So basically kind of like the sweet potatoes, where you're always going to have potatoes once you plant them once. Here I have one of my heirloom tomato plants. I ordered these seeds from Amazon, and as you can see, they're beautiful tomatoes. They're kind of like heart shaped. They're over here. I got them everywhere. It kind of grew like a vine. If you can see over here, I got some more, and it just kept on going over to his taro, and it's all the way over here, the same plant. Basically what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to cut this branch down here and this branch down here, and then just allow it to climb up. There's different ways. There's different ways of growing these tomatoes, and I'm just learning, but we have harvested so much of this. They're the most delicious tomatoes I've ever had in my life. Even my dad that's been eating tomatoes his entire life said they're the best tasting tomatoes he's ever had. Completely pesticide free, fertilizer free, you know, we're just growing them out here organic. So amazing. And I got a bunch more over here. As you can see, there's some on the ground. You know, you gotta watch them because when they get on the ground, they rot. So you gotta lift them up. But I got so many plants over on the other side. I'll show you guys. And this is another pigeon pea over here that has also given us a lot of food already. All right, so this is another one of my Heirloom tomatoes. So you can see this guy has already got like 3 or 4 full-grown tomatoes, and I already picked some from here. There was a big tomato over here that I already picked. This is from actually a branch. Once you have a tomato plant that you really like and you like the fruit, you can actually just trim a piece of the branch, stick it in water, it will grow roots, and then you could take that plant and propagate it all over your garden. So it is actually a clone. It is the best way to plant tomatoes because they don't get cross-pollinated by bees. So you're always getting the same exact fruit. So basically just cut a branch off and you root it. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some more potatoes over here. These are some more of my potatoes. These are a different color. I think these are Idaho potatoes, and they were also from the store organic. Look, I'll show you guys. Look at the size of this potato under here. And there's many more. You dig under here and you'll find a ton of potatoes. And any of these guys or little pieces of them that get left under the ground, see on this side there's more. And these are not full grown yet, but they will get really, really big. So any of these little tiny potatoes that get left under the ground, once this plant dries up and we harvest, the baby potato will grow another tree in the spring. So in the spring, we'll get more. It will be never-ending potatoes. All the tubers are kind of like that. The taro, the sweet potato, the regular potatoes, they just completely continue to produce on their own without having to do anything to them. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the kale now. This is some of our kale. This is dinosaur kale over here. We'll call that sonado kale also. And basically we just break the leaves and this stalk continues to grow up. And kale is very hardy in the summer. We're in zone 10A here, tropical, subtropical. So a lot of the plants die in the summer. Kale is one of the plants that will survive through the summer. And it's a perennial, so it'll continue to produce for us for years. This is Russian kale here with the purple stems. And this is curly leaf kale. As you guys can see, this is enough to feed our entire family all year for our greens. You know, we make soups, we make stir fries and smoothies, and it's basically never ending produce. All of this is all organic. I don't use any pesticides or anything on these plants. And we're reducing our carbon footprint in a huge way by not going to the store and getting produce that's coming from across the world. You know, that's using tons of resources to bring it to us. And we know exactly what it is. We know exactly what we're eating. And it's also a lot of exercise out here in the garden and a lot of vitamin D from the sun. And spend a lot of time out here. It's a lot of fun. This is some of my crazy tomato bushes, and they are loaded with tomatoes. I mean, these guys look like grapes. They're everywhere. It's really, really wildly. I cannot contain this thing. I just kind of learning about how tomatoes grow. So this was kind of, you know, my first try, and it gotten all tangled up. Next time I know exactly how to trim them and how to support the plant. Obviously, this all failed. See, the plant fell and it's all hanging now. I kind of like gave up on it, and it's still producing huge amounts of tomatoes for us, and I've given away tons to my friends and family. I mean, it's just amazing without any care really, except for putting a seed on the ground, how much this has produced, and it's continuing to produce every day. All right, over here is our avocado tree. This avocado tree already has produced for us 1 year, and this year we should have avocados again. It should produce a lot more. It's getting bigger. It also provides shade for our culantro or shadow benny. This is the same as cilantro and flavor, but the leaves are much hardier and stronger flavor. So this grows always right here every season. Once it gets really hot, it'll seed and dry up, and then it'll grow again the following season. So it's seasonal for us, and we have it there. I want to show you one last thing. There's a lot more to this garden, but I don't have time in the video. I'll catch up with you guys on a later video. This is pomegranates, and basically these things are super expensive, loaded with antioxidants. So what I did is I just went to the store and I bought 2 pomegranate plants, and I ate them. I took all the seeds and probably created 1,000 seeds, and I have propagated probably about 20 or 30 of these little plants. You can see another one here. So they will grow, and in a year's time, I'll have free pomegranates all year. I can just go out back and just pick them, which is amazing to me. So I'm just gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to catch up. There's a lot going on right now, experimental stuff. I'm gonna have tons of vegetables, tons of new recipes. I'm really getting into self-sustainability and growing your own produce, and also reducing our carbon footprint and minimalism. So I'm gonna try to bring you videos related to all those topics. A lot of really good, healthy, nutritious, plant-based recipes. So guys, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.